All right, good morning, everybody. It's Bobby, and I've got Jacob with me. He's agreed to help me demonstrate a particular exercise. This exercise is a modification from something else you might do on a machine. And let me talk about that for just a moment. Anytime you can get away from machines, do so. Machines are a wonderful supplement, but they shouldn't be make up the majority of what you do. Why? Because machines only work the major muscle groups, and they don't work the stabilizers that are involved that support the major muscles. So think of it as the chest press machine, for instance. Yes, that's a great exercise for building big, bulky muscles, but it stabilizes for you. That's why people love them, because they don't have to balance anything. All right, so anytime that you can work an exercise that also hits the stabilizer, so you don't use a machine, you become the machine, then your entire body becomes balanced. The stabilizing muscles are strong just like the major muscles. And otherwise what happens is if your major muscles are much stronger than your stabilizers, then you're injury prone. It's like putting a cannon on a canoe. Sure, it's powerful, but what happens when you fire that thing? Okay, and so anytime you can get away from using the machines and can do it otherwise, I'm going to show you an example right here. Let's check it out. On your back, please. This is a hamstring exercise. Now you've got to work your hamstrings. Not having good, strong hamstrings is a top 3 contributor to ACL tears, and it's just part of a well-balanced physical routine. All right, I'm going to have you put those hands out to the side, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bridge. This just engage those hamstrings. He can feel it and probably feel it in the glutes too. And from there, notice how flat he is here. He doesn't have any hip flexion. He's extended, and let's roll that thing in there. Notice how his pelvis gets even higher as he rolls it in and then back out. And again, good. Give me 3 more. Notice how even as he lifts it up, this is still flat. Now show me one that's poor form. This would be his pelvis dropping. He has hip flexion now, and that's no good. All right, you're still hitting it some, but not optimally. All right, and give me one more good one. Excellent. Now, let's put her back down. You take a break for just a second, Jacob. I'm gonna do one more thing. Jacob's pretty strong. And for someone who's strong in the legs and the hamstrings, or has a particularly light frame, they might say, well, Bobby, I can do 50 of those. Well, then there is another option, and that's one leg. This requires a whole lot of stabilization, a whole lot of balance, a whole lot of body-mind connection, because now you've got to be in tune with this thing, and at the same time, perform the exercise. So let's lift it up. The other leg comes up off the ground too, and go. Notice how he's starting to droop just a little bit. So that's quite a challenge for him. Good, 4 more, or give me 2 more, how's that? Way up, that's a killer of a hamstring exercise. Can you feel that, Jacob? Yeah. You won't have to wonder what muscle group that's working because you'll feel it. And so just like anything else, strive for 15. Do 3 sets of 15. If you do that twice a week, you'll be well on your way to working those hamstrings in a way that doesn't just hit the major muscle groups, but also the stabilizers that support them. Jacob, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. See you next week.